Okay, so what got me here, this moment right now? 3 years ago when I was here, I was standing up here, and it was a train wreck, if some of you remember. I was pretty nervous. In fact, I couldn't talk. I was that scared. And at that time, I thought I was at a point in my life that I was home, that I had my stuff together, that I knew what I was doing in life, that I could function each and every day. Boy, was I wrong. I could not have been farther from the truth. And another reason why I'm here, the only one I could come up with is, God is the only reason I'm here. That, my wife, and a few other people along the way. July 10th was our wedding anniversary of 08. And about that time, my world started turning upside down. I'm not a drinker, and I started drinking. I almost lost my job. I couldn't go to work without some kind of pill in my system. And I hid this from a lot of people. Nobody knew this was going on in me. And it just got worse and worse. And I was just taking more and more pain pills. And it got to the point, my PTSD was really kicking in hard. I was going to the VA, and they put me on a medication called Razpam. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of that antidepressant. And there's a chance for 1 in every 10,000 people to have an adverse reaction. Guess who was the one? I was the one. I became psychotic. I became very aggressive. I mean, aggressive to the point that if you looked at me, I'd punch you. That's how bad it was. I could not work. I'm a butcher by trade, and I have to deal with people. And let's go. So there were me and my best friend Sean worked for Safeway, so I worked for. And when we went to Iraq, he got back in the military, and he said he wanted to go if I was going, and if I'd be his leader. Well, I ended up being his platoon sergeant after his squad leader. But he got hurt when we were over there, and he got sent home. And we don't see each other too much anymore. And I think the reason why that is because it just brings back too much pain and what we went through. And I've tried to get him to come to my Point Man, our Point Man group. Every Tuesday I send him a text, or I call him. And anyway, the both of us work for the same company, and he came home before I did, and it was two sides of the coin with both of us. They did not know how to deal with Sean, and he basically lost his job, is what happened. He's got PTSD as well. And it's like they learned their lesson with him, and with me, they laid out the red carpet. It didn't matter what I asked for, the company gave it to me. I ended up taking almost 2 months of work. When the wheels came off of Paul's little red wagon, the night that it just came completely apart, I had decided to go to my boss's house, and I was already pretty much tuned up on painkillers, and I went to his house with a bunch of beer. Like I said, I don't drink. And I went to his house and gave him my keys and told him that I was gonna stay there and just get liquored up. And ended up, I knew where to put my keys. Okay, I watched him put my keys away, and we proceeded to get drunk, and we played horseshoes. And then John decided he needed to go to the bathroom, and when he wasn't looking, I took my keys and I left. I'd been drinking for about 6 hours. Don't know how I made it home. Do not remember how or where or when I got home, except I do remember walking through the door. And my wife knew what was going on as soon as I walked through the door. And like I said, I was on painkillers, I was on the Razpam, and I'd been drinking. And it just really got worse that evening. And I went into the bedroom, and I pulled out my Smith & Wesson .40 cal. And I was sitting on the bed with my legs crossed, and I was cocking it and uncocking it and taking the magazine out, chambered around, and I stuck it in my mouth.